so in love with you.
Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is going to be absolutely bonkers, you guys. With rent increasing 13% year over year, that is exceeding wage growth of 5%, which essentially is making it even more unaffordable and even more difficult to rent. However, price growth is actually exceeding rent growth. Now, typically, you guys, that's an indicator that certain metro areas are overvalued, but not all metro areas are overvalued the same. Some metro areas are more overvalued than others. Now, today's video is basically going to be on a video that CoreLogic just came out with titled Price to Rent Ratio, a signal of overvaluation. Now, you guys, here's why I want to talk about this indicator, because it's really important to look at many indicators to kind of show that we are in a housing market bubble and that some areas are overvalued, especially with a lot of Americans now being able to pick where they live. It's never been more important to fact check and gather intel on a market that you potentially want to move to. And with the ages of information that we have right now, there's absolutely no excuse to be underprepared. Now, obviously, you guys, that's just my opinion. All of my videos are just my opinion. I am not a financial advisor. My job is a realtor in Houston, though, and a loan officer in Texas. And if you guys could please like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and as always, comment, please. Your comments are super insightful, you guys. There's a lot of things that you guys say that actually certain data that I don't even consider that is really enlightening. So please continue to keep commenting. Now, we're going to watch today's video right now. And if you guys can, when you watch this video, take time to comment and tell me if you think that this guy can pull off that bow tie he's wearing. I'm going to leave my opinion out of it, but this guy's he's rocking a bow tie. This guy's pretty cool. But let's take a listen to him right now.
Welcome to the CoreLogic Economic Outlook for May 2022. Every month, I will walk you through our data-driven analysis of the economy and the property industry. Let's jump into it. Home prices rose a whopping 20% over the past year, and rents on single-family homes were up 13%, according to the CoreLogic National Home Price Index and Single Family Rent Index. With prices up even more than rent, is that a sign that homes are overvalued?
Now, you guys remember, prices exceeding rent growth can be another indicator of over-evaluation. And again, like I said, it's really important to look at many, many indicators, because the more data that we get and the more indicators that we can review, the less emotions are involved at predicting what's going to happen in the housing market. So even though I think that there's other indicators that maybe are a little bit easier to understand, I still think this is very important. Let's continue to listen to this video right now.
Price growth that outstrips rent gains over an extended period could have been a sign that homes were becoming overvalued if capitalization rates, otherwise called cap rates, had remained unchanged. A cap rate is used by real estate professionals to convert net operating income on an investment property into a market value. When cap rates decline, the market value of a rental home increases.
Guys, remember this: when capitalization rate declines, the market value of rentals actually goes up. So it's the reverse. So when cap rate declines, market value goes up. Let's continue to watch the video.
While a cap rate is relatively stable over short time periods within a metro area, cap rates will vary across metros and over long time periods. Over sustained time horizons, cap rates fluctuate based on the level of long-term interest rates, the perceived riskiness of real estate investments, and tax code changes that affect real estate profitability.
Okay, you guys. So with higher taxes, higher interest rates, and higher homeowners insurance, I want you to comment below and tell me if you think cap rates are going to decline or are they going to increase moving forward into 2022? Comment below so that I make sure you guys are following along. And also let me know your opinions. Let's continue watching the video right now.
Of these three factors, the one that has changed the most during the last 2 decades is long-term interest rates. Consequently, cap rates for single-family rental homes dropped by nearly 20% during the last decade, and by almost 50% from 20 years ago. This cap rate decline implies that prices can rise significantly even with no change in net operating income, and the local market would not be overvalued. If net operating income also rose, then that would raise the price of single family rental homes further.
Okay, so the cap rates have declined 20% in the last 10 years and 50% in the last 20 years, which essentially gives room for higher market value for rentals. Raise your hand if you wish you would have bought rentals in 2019. It is what it is. Let's continue watching this video.
Using rent increases adjusted for inflation as a proxy for net operating income growth, we can compare home prices, net operating income, and cap rate changes over time. In doing so, we find that single family home prices in most metros appear to have been anchored in economic fundamentals.
Okay, guys, so according to their formula, they're saying most, not all, most metro areas are actually anchored in fundamentals when it comes to rentals and cap rate. So do me a favor, comment below whether or not you agree or disagree that most metro areas when it comes to rental are actually grounded in fundamentals. So comment below, let me know what your feelings are. Let's finish out this video right now.
The Los Angeles metro may be an exception. Price gains during the last 20 years appear to have exceeded what may have been expected given the decline in cap rates and estimated change in net rental income. Analysis of over or undervalued markets should not rely on one metric, but should be based on several measurements. Comparing price with rent growth is one such indicator.
So here's the bummer, you guys. I'm starting to see Houston now become more and more overvalued. And the reason why that is a problem is that's where I live. I live in Houston. I practice real estate in Houston. So the fact that Houston is becoming more and more overvalued, maybe that kind of sucks a little bit, especially for us locals that are here and used to a little bit more affordable way of living. And also, I heard recent data that actually more people are now moving to Houston than Austin, which is really, really wild to me, you guys. Now, I'm going to end this video, you guys, with some general opinions that I formulated after watching this data. Now, overall, you guys, again, like I said in the beginning, these are just additional indicators that kind of show that certain metro areas, at least certain metro areas, are actually overvalued. Now, also another important opinion that I want to share with you guys. Now, it is really, really important to remember these data trends right now, because when a crash does happen, or even just say a correction happens and the market turns back into a buyer's market, it's really important to remember this, especially if you want to invest in real estate and purchase a rental somewhere else, especially if it's in another state. Because if it's me that, investing in a rental or potentially in real estate, I want to invest in a high migration area that's very affordable with great employment. So that's why I'm saying when everything starts to melt down, it's going to be hard to get data like this that kind of shows where people are going per se, because it's probably going to look more at price cuts, foreclosures, and things of that nature. So remember right now where all of the growth is, specifically when it pertains to rent, migration, and things of that nature, especially if you guys want to invest in real estate. So again, I really wish I would have invested in 2019, but I don't think anyone saw COVID coming. And really, this is a housing market bubble from COVID. Let's not forget that, you guys. And that's why I think that things are going to happen much sooner, much quicker than 2008, because of the fundamentals of this housing market being different than the last housing market. So I think it's going to be faster. I don't believe it's going to be as long, although I'm very, very terrified of political factors that can essentially come out of nowhere that will affect us all. So, I am worried about that, but let's just keep watching the data, you guys. I always appreciate you traveling along this journey with me. If you can, like I said, comment below. Now, if you're investing in real estate, I wish you luck and I hope you win.